Hey guys, and welcome again. Today what we're going to be doing in this video is we're going to be counting down the four, and then we're going to do four strong teams in my opinion who are favourites for this World Cup, who are going to Brazil with the intention of winning, and everyone thinks they are going to win it. So let's start. Number 4 is Spain, and this is probably the most obvious one. They're the reigning champions. They won the World Cup in 2010, they won the Euros in 08 and 2012, so they're a really strong team. So, and a lot of people have been writing them off, and as I said in one of my other videos, I did as well. But to be honest, once I looked at that squad, I was completely turned. They were the champions last time, and look at the squad. They just have amazing players. Sergio Ramos at the back, Casillas, Costa, Cesc Fabregas, Andres Iniesta, Xavi, Santi Cazorla. And up front, Diego. I mean, it just goes on and on. They've just got so much talent in that team, and to be honest, they have to be up in there in the favourites. I think, even though because of the climate, I don't think that will play a role, because I just think they're so talented and they're used to playing quite an intense style. So I don't know how much that the heat will affect them. So I think they're already talented. I think their group is a little bit tricky. They've got Netherlands, but I think they'll get past them. And I think for me, they're going to go all the way to the final, and that's my opinion. Number 3 is Germany, and Germany for me, I mean, it's been kind of weird. They've always been picked to do really well, but I mean, to be honest, they haven't really lived up to expectation. They haven't got to a final in the World Cup. They got knocked out in the semis, and in the Euros they got knocked out in the semis. So to be honest, I think this World Cup, they really need to stamp their authority, and they really need to get to the final. You look at it, there's the growth of this squad, there's the expectation of the Germans. They're going there to win, no surprise there with the optimism and the confidence from the Germans. But they've got a really strong midfield in terms of Özil, Kroos, Goetze, Schweinsteiger. But of course, the problem they've had a load of injuries that have stacked up on them, and they don't really have any strikers. They're playing a false 9, kind of like the Barcelona style, and you can have Schürrle, Podolski and Müller, who are kind of the free strikers. Of course, you've got Klose, who scored a load of goals, so it looks like they're playing a false 9. They've done really well in friendlies, but I mean, their goal is to go there and do well, and I think they could, but the only problem they have is sorting out that striker. Number 2 is Argentina, and Argentina is kind of a split who you think could win the World Cup in terms of like teams who are South American. Some people say Brazil, some people say Argentina. Argentina have probably one of the best squads, if not the best, just because they're used to the climate. Messi and Aguero and Higuain, and just like I was saying with Spain, they have so much quality in that side. The problem is, a bit like Germany, they haven't really lived up to expectation, and like Messi hasn't really lived up to it. He hasn't shined at the World Cup, and this is really his chance. If they don't show up at this World Cup, then there's going to be a lot of question and answers, because this is a great chance. It's in South America, they're used to it, and you know, I think there's going to be a big support behind them. So yeah, there's number 2, and of course number 1 is Brazil, the hosts. There's going to be so much passion behind them. The one thing I think, and I've said this, and I predict they're going to win it, and the reason I do is because I watched the Confederations Cup, and a lot of people say people who win the Confederations Cup won't go on and win the World Cup. But in my opinion, I don't think that matters. I looked at them, and they don't just have great players, they have a great team unity and a great passion and a great bond. I could clearly see that when they were scoring the goals in the Confederations Cup. And to me, I think there's going to be so much passion in the country behind them. And key players like Neymar and Oscar and Silva at the back, I just think the emotion will help them, and I think actually the pressure does help them. So for me, Brazil are the favourites because they're the hosts, but I mean, all these 4 teams are really strong, and they're clearly the favourites, and they're going to go there to win, and it should be really interesting. Thanks for watching this, guys. If you haven't checked out my 4 dark horses, you can go into that link in the description below. Please rate, comment and subscribe, it means so much. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.